Hi everybody, it's Kirk Lautenslager with Power Life Yoga. Thanks for joining us today. Today we'll be doing a beginner's power yoga class. The Power One Flow here at Power Life Yoga. We've got Michelle and Karen Lee as our beautiful models today. Michelle's going to be modifying a lot of the poses today, so if you're brand new to yoga, you might look to Michelle for modifications. Karen Lee will be doing the full expression of the postures. One of the things we'll do a lot of during class today are called chaturangas. High planks to mid planks. Chaturanga Dandasana is what you'll hear me say. And there's a few different options on chaturangas. One of them is you can skip them all together. You don't have to do them at all. So when I say chaturanga, you can go from a high plank position and then press right back to downward facing dog. Another option that Michelle will be taking will be doing it from her knees. She'll drop down to her knees. She'll come forward, lower down to about a 90-degree bend in the arms, elbows in towards the side, strong and engaged through the upper body. On an inhale, you come through upward facing dog. Tops of feet and palms are the only thing on the earth. Legs engaged, core is strong. As you exhale back to downward facing dog, or the variation Karen Lee will be taking, the full variation, Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank. You lower down just halfway, one long line of energy through the body. Inhale to upward facing dog. Then an exhale back to downward facing dog. Skip them, take them from the knees, or the full variation. You can mix it up. You don't have to commit to one for the entire practice today. Whatever suits you, whatever it feels good in your body. We'll start today in child's pose, please. Bring your knees wide towards the outer edges of your mat. Your big toes touch behind you. Arms reach forward, palms down. Child's pose is a resting posture. So at any point during class today, if you lose your breath, just need to take a break, come back to child's pose. In child's pose, start to turn on your Ujjayi breath. Deep inhalations and exhalations through the nose as you find a constriction in the back of the throat. Ujjayi means victorious, so it's a breath that is audible. It reminds me of the sounds of the ocean, the ebb and flow of the waves coming in. Similar to what you hear when you hold a seashell up to your ear. And this is a breath that you'll keep throughout our entire practice today. Feel the breath expand, feel the belly drop between the thighs. The booty might melt a little closer towards the heels. Perhaps the fingers stretch another inch forward. Or maybe not. What feels good in your body today? That's what I encourage you to do what feels good. That's why we're all here practicing yoga today, to feel good, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. As a community, exhale all the air out of the lungs. Through the nose, inhale. Through the nose, exhale. Inhale, tabletop position. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Cows and cats, please. Inhale, cow pose. The belly drops, the gaze lift, heart pulls forward. Exhale, cat pose. Press the earth away, round the spine, draw navel up and in. Inhale, cow, tailbone lifts, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat pose. Press hands down, round the spine, pull up and in. Inhale, cow, one more set. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Crawl your hands about 6 to 8 inches forward. I usually bring the heel of my hand to where my tip of my middle finger is. We're all a little different though. Roll over to the balls of your feet, downward facing dog. Press the hips up and back. Breathe here. Stay with your Ujjayi breath. In downward facing dog, a good way to measure the distance between your hands and your feet is to come forward to the top of a push-up. So if the ladies will come forward to the top of a push-up, you'll notice one long line of energy through the back lines of the bodies. If you have to move your hands or your feet here, that's okay. Keep your hands and your feet exactly where they are now. Now lift the butt up and back, downward facing dog. Your hands are about shoulder distance apart. Fingers spread nice and wide like a starfish. The feet are about hip distance apart, about 2 fist distance or about the size of a dollar bill. But we're all built a little anatomically different, so do what feels right for you. You look like an inverted V or a capital A from the side. The neck is long, the gaze is out between the legs, maybe the ankles, maybe the knees, maybe the thighs. Find engagement through the legs. Take one more breath in. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Walk your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Take 1 step, take 10 steps, whatever works for you. Breathe here. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Spill the torso forward. Interlace hands into opposite elbow creases. Draw the weight forward towards the balls of your feet. Soften into the knees. I like some days to have a nice, big, generous bend in my knees, and other days a little bit straighter through the legs. Every day can be a little bit different. Every time you do this video may be a little bit different. A sway from side to side sometimes feels nice. Deepening the intensity with the stretch and the opposite leg. Neck is soft and relaxed, shoulders soft. Release your hands down to the earth. Draw your feet in towards one another. The big toes can either touch or you can keep the feet hip distance apart. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll to standing. Take your time. Feel each vertebral body stack upon the next, upon the next, upon the next. We'll meet in standing at attention samastitihi. I like to roll my shoulders out. It feels good on my tight shoulders. And then bring the hands together at the heart center. Strong through the legs. Engaged through the core, but soft through the shoulders. The breath remains full. It remains fluid and vibrant. Exhale the air out of your lungs. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Breathe here. Straight arms and straight legs. Press the 4 corners of your feet into the earth. Maybe lift the toes to feel engagement in the lower legs. This helps root the 4 corners down into the earth. Legs are strong, core is engaged. Shoulders down the back. Fingers spread nice and wide. And you can even rotate the pinky fingers in to broaden the upper back. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back, soften your knees. Inhale to a halfway lift. Take a couple of breaths here in halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins. Lengthen through the spine. The shoulder blades kiss. The belly is strong. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 2 more of those with breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Beautiful job. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Plant your hands, step your feet back. High to mid-plank. Use your knees if you want or skip it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Heart pulls through, shoulders down the back. Exhale, lift from the low belly, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale. Fill up. And let go. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, step to the top of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Sun Salutation A. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid-plank, elbows in towards side bodies. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful variations. One more time. Full breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, journey to the top of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back, strong core. Beautiful job. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, high to mid-plank. Plant your hands and step back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Beautiful choices. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. A few breaths. Notice the changes you're already feeling in your body as you start to link breath to movement as we finish the Sun Salutation A. Surya Namaskar A. Feel the openness and the space that you're already creating physically and mentally in your body. And we'll move into Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. Please exhale the air out of your lungs. Full breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step jump top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, breathe here. Utkatasana. Beautiful work. The weight comes in the heels. I like to lift my 10 toes away from the earth here to feel the weight move into the heels. From here, toes can stay up or you can relax them down. Look down at your toes and make sure you can see your toes peeking out from your knees. If you can't, send your upper shins more to the back of the room. Belly is strong and in, shoulders down, fingers flared. I like to gaze down and forward. Some of you might like to gaze straight forward, some of you up. Not a right or a wrong. Take one more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful job at home. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, Dandasana, high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back, hips stay level. Exhale, low lunge. Place your foot right between your hands. If your foot doesn't quite make it between your hands, grab it, kick it up and walk it forward. 15 digits in the line at the top of the mat. Exhale the air out of the lungs. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe here. Back foot spins flat, parallel to the back edge of your mat. Your front knee comes right over top of the front ankle. Shoulders stack over top of hips. Gazes out over your front middle finger. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe here. Front forearm to front thigh. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Notice the bottom half stays exactly the same in this posture as warrior two. Find length through both side bodies. Avoid dipping into the lower side. Find as much length on the right side as you are on the left. Strong through the legs. Last exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe here. Stay low and committed to the lunge. Again, the bottom half doesn't move. It stays exactly the same. Keep this as a side stretch. Your hips and shoulders square to the side of the room. Feel the stretch from your right hip crease up to your right armpit. Right arm reaches high. It's engaged. Palm faces the back of the room. Take one more breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, helicopter your arms down, high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg, please. Exhale, low lunge. Place your foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe here. Same setup as the other side. One arm reaches forward, one arm reaches back. Your gaze is right out over the tip of your front middle finger and the shoulders stay soft. Crown of your head reaches up, low belly draws in, you're engaged. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe here. I like to use my left arm as leverage. Press the left arm into the left leg and the left leg back into the left arm. Avoid the left hand, sometimes acts like a dead fish here. Engage the left hand. Stay strong. Focus. Gaze where it's comfortable. Gaze can be to the earth, to the sidewall, maybe even up towards the ceiling. Last exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe here. Beautiful work, ladies. A nice side body stretch. Gaze where it's comfortable. I like to gaze to my back foot. It feels better on my neck. Some of you might want to gaze up towards the ceiling. Not a right or a wrong. It's what serves you. Squeeze in, engage the inner thighs. Lengthen the side bodies. Take one more breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, helicopter the arms down. Lower down halfway. 90-degree bend in the arms. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. We'll now start to flow, linking breath to movement. One breath, one movement. If your breath pace is a little different than mine, that's okay. Maybe you're a little slower, maybe you're a little faster. We'll all catch up and be together in the end. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, journey to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, hollow the low belly. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid-plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, lengthen the sides. Inhale, reverse warrior, stay low in the lunge. Exhale, high to mid-plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step or jump top of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades kiss. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to mid-plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Beautiful job. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to mid-plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Stay here for just a couple more breaths. I know the breath is working hard, the heart's beating fast. You might even have some sweat dripping off of your body right now. But have the discipline to stay here for just a couple more breaths before we drop down and take a break. Feel the changes. Notice. Become aware. One of my favorite things about yoga is the awareness it brings into my life. Drop down to your knees. Great job, you guys. Maybe a little sip of water. Not too much. Just a little sip. Wipe your sweat. Please make your way onto your back for some core work. We'll start in Supta Baddha Konasana. The soles of your feet come together. Knees open wide. Bring your fingertips just behind your ears. Press the bottoms of your feet together. Stay engaged through the legs. Take an inhale. Glue your lower back down to the earth. As you exhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. You guys are off on your own. About 30 more seconds like this. Stay engaged through the feet. Low back stays glued down to the earth. Chin away from chest. Imagine you have a grapefruit between your chin and your chest. Press the nose straight to the ceiling. I like to find a spot on the ceiling that's not moving and take my nose to that spot. Avoid cranking it into the neck. Neck stays long. You're working into the belly, into the abdominals. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Release. Great job. Bicycle sit-ups, please. Yogi bicycles. Knees come over top of the hips. Feet strong, engaged, flare through the toes, fingertips back behind the ears. Take a breath in here. Exhale, right elbow up to the left knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. Great. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. You guys are off just like this. Knees stay right over top of the hips. If you'd like more of a challenge, Karen Lee will start to extend her opposite leg. So when she brings her right elbow up, she extends the opposite leg. If you try that at home and you're like, ooh, not quite for me today, that's okay. Come back to Michelle's variation and stay with the legs still. But stay engaged through the feet. Spread through the toes and feel how this engages the feet even more. Work to get one, maybe both shoulder blades off the earth. Getting 2 shoulder blades off, extremely, extremely challenging. But if you're looking for more of a challenge, work to get the opposite shoulder blade up and off of the earth as well. About 10 more seconds here. A nice, slow, controlled pace. Notice how the ladies aren't racing. They're not acting like they're in the Tour de France. It's a nice, slow pace. And release after you balance out. Great, great job. Bridge pose, please. Bring your knees over your ankles. Walk your feet, your heels in towards your booty. I like to tickle the backs of my heels. For many of us, this signifies that the knees are over top of the heels. Some of us might need to go a little forward, a little bit more backwards. Bring your arms by your side. Palms face the ceiling. Palms face the ceiling so the shoulders already start to integrate under the back. Exhale here. Press the feet into the earth. Inhale, lift the hips towards the sky. Bridge pose. Breathe here. Good. The feet are parallel. If the feet start to sickle out, you'll notice some crunching in the lower back, so feet are in one line. Lift the hips even higher. Create space between the chin and the chest. Shoulder blades can walk under, maybe even clasp the hands under the back, or you can take robot arms by the side and press the elbows and triceps down. No rights, no wrongs. What feels good, what works for your body today in this moment in time. Lift the hips just a little higher. Squeeze the knees in towards one another. And now slowly, without rushing, slowly lower back down. Supta Baddha Konasana. The upper back comes down, then the middle back, and then the lower back. Soles of feet together, knees open wide. Bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. Close the eyes. And we'll let the spine reset here in Supta Baddha Konasana. Staying for 3, 4, 5 breaths. Feeling the stillness. Reconnecting into your Ujjayi breath. Bring the knees back in towards one another, please. And pull them into the chest and give yourself a nice hug. You've been working so hard already. Give yourself a hug and honor the work you've put in. And I like to do little circles on my lower back, clockwise and counterclockwise, a little massage for my lower back. In yoga class, can't go wrong with that, can we? Then begin to rock and roll forwards and backwards. You can rock up either into a seated position or into a yogic squat malasana frog pose as we do a crow demonstration. Crow bakasana. It's an arm balance. And so for crow, Karen Lee, would you like to demonstrate crow for us today? Fantastic. So Karen Lee will have her hands on her mat. Very, very similar distance as she would be in downward facing dog. She comes into a little squatty dog position. Brings her knees high onto the triceps, maybe even into the armpits. And from here, the gaze is forward. Hands are pressing down, gripping at the mat. And maybe she just lifts 1 foot off the earth today and counts to 3. 1, 2, 3. She'll place that foot back down and lift the other foot. Count to 3, 2, and 1. If you're new to crow pose, you'll continue to repeat this. Back and forth, back and forth. When you're ready, when you want to try to be a little maybe more bold, more courageous to face your fears, maybe both feet work up and off of the mat. The big toes will touch. The stomach is strong and engaged. Gaze is forward. Awesome job. Come on down. Let's all give it a try here at home. You ready to try it, Michelle, too?
I'm ready.
All right. Good job, Karen. Try your variation. Again, you'll come into the squatty dog position. Knees come high onto the triceps, maybe into the armpits. And sometimes if you're newer to this, you might get some bruises on the back of your arms. What that means is you're putting a lot of the weight into the knees, into the triceps. Find more engagement through the core, more lift through the pelvic floor. It's very similar to doing a Kegel exercise. We actually start to get a little bit more light. You'll feel some buoyancy in the pelvic bowl. Awesome, awesome job. Great work today. Great work at home as well, my friends. We'll meet back in downward facing dog when you're ready. So whatever just happened, or maybe didn't happen with crow pose, let it go. That's history. Come back to the present moment, back to your breath, back to this moment in time. Exhale the air out of the lungs. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge pose. Breathe here. Front knee is right over top of the front ankle. Hips square towards the front of the room. You want a neutral pelvic bowl here. So you can achieve this by putting a bend into the back knee. And the back leg can either be straight or bent. I want to engage, find strength through the back leg, whether it's bent or not. The heel over top of the ball of the back foot, this will help press the left hip forward. Tadasana in the top half of the body. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Inhale, hinge forward to lengthen the spine. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge, breathe here. Left elbow outside of the right thigh or knee. Michelle is doing a modification, dropping her back knee onto the earth. This will actually allow her to get deeper into the twist. And it takes away some of the strength and balance required to do the version that Karen Lee is doing. No rights or wrongs. It's what serves you. Twists are great internal detoxifiers. So every breath in, find length through the spine. And every exhale, a little bit deeper of a twist, a little more rinse, a little more cleanse. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, release runner's lunge. Breathe here. Bring your right foot towards the top right corner of your mat. This will make sure that your knee stays on top of the ankle, keeping your knee safe. You can stay up on your hands here, or maybe you come down to the forearms if you've got a little bit more openness in the hips and want some more sensation in the posture. Flex the toes back and in. Karen Lee's keeping her back knee lifted, bringing more intensity into the posture. Michelle's modified, bringing the back knee down. It's what feels good. You can switch back and forth. There's not a right or a wrong. But the shoulders stay soft. Relax the brow. Bring tension away from the jaw. And come back to your breath. Send the breath into the hips. Feel the expansion and the space that you're creating in your hips. If you're on your forearms, please rise back up to the hands. Come to the ball of your back foot. Inhale, high plank position. Side plank pose. Left arm is the foundation. Inhale, right arm high. Breathe here. You can always bring the lower knee down to the earth. This will help support the hips, keeping them high without as much intensity in the posture. Hips lift up. Hug muscle to bone here. Take the muscles of your leg and really hug it to the bone. Engage the legs. Stack the shoulders. Gaze to the earth, to the sidewall. For more intensity, gaze to the ceiling. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release high plank position. Take a breath in here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge pose. Breathe here. The same setup as the other side. Hips square to the front of the room. I like to think of almost dragging my left heel back, pressing my right hip forward. This squares the hips. Tadasana in the top half of the body. Side bodies are long. Low belly is in. Arms strong. Fingers engaged. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hinge forward to lengthen the spine. Exhale, revolve crescent lunge to the left. Breathe here. If you keep the back knee lifted, stay really strong through the back leg to take any dip out of the back hip. Elbows stack one on top of the other. You have some options with your hands. You can press the palms together. You can make a fist with the lower hand or press into the fingertips. Wherever you're at though, bring engagement, stack the elbows. If the arms aren't engaged, they kind of flop here. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release runner's lunge. Breathe here. Again, toe heel the left foot towards the top corner of the mat and move to where you did on the other side, whether you keep the back knee lifted or the back knee down, whether you stayed on the palms or came to the forearms. And your left and your right side are different. And that's okay. We all have different left and right sides. We're working to cultivate balance in our body. Come back to your breath. Come back to this moment. If you're on your forearms, please come back up to the hands. Come to the ball of the back foot. Inhale, high plank position. Left leg meets the right side plank. Right arm to the foundation. Inhale, left arm high. Breathe here. You can bring your right hand to the center of the mat and then extend the left arm up. Strong through the legs. Toned and engaged through the core. Press the right hand down. Float the hips even higher. Take one more breath in. Exhale, high plank position. Stay in high plank for the breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in here. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. This resets the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. We've been here before. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine, drop the booty. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Breathe here. The tendency in this posture is for the left knee to pull forward. So bring the left knee back in line with the right. Look down at the knees. You can also bring the left hip crease back or swing the butt to the right. Effectively, all of these do the exact same thing. Ensure that the booty is lower than the heart. Elbows stack. And the same premise on all of our twists. Inhale for length, exhale to rinse, to detox, to cleanse out the indulgences of our lives. Take one more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Gorilla pose. Step the feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees a lot. And walk your toes onto your hands. The toes tickle the wrist creases. You've got a lot of small bones in the hands, so protect them by bending the knees as much as you need to. The neck stays soft, the shoulder blades stay on the back. Knees can be as bent as much as you need. And if you're really flexible, maybe the legs are straight. That's okay as well. Lift the sitting bones, the tailbone up towards the sky. It's nice decompression for the spine, a stretch for the backs of the legs, a stretch for the wrists, and it soothes the central nervous system. Please release your hands out from underneath your feet. Draw your toes back in towards one another. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Breathe here. Once again, check in with the knees. Strong and engaged through the low belly. And you can play with your gaze here. Gaze into the earth. It's a little less challenging. It helps with your balance. If you're wibble-wobbling all over, gaze down. If you want more intensity, gaze up. This will challenge your balance. It will also take you deeper into the twist. Take one more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Great job, my friends. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or skip it all together. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Take your left foot to the left edge of your mat. Now walk it forward, maybe 6 inches, maybe 8 inches. Flat to the earth. Inhale, warrior one. Breathe here. So we brought the foot out and forward. This helps bring the left hip around to square to the front. Maybe you don't need to make that adjustment at home, and that's okay. Maybe you do. You can also bring your hands down to your hips and actually steer the hips forward. Pull the left hip forward, the right hip comes back. Or another favorite as well is to take the left arm out, Swing it all the way around, and this will help square the hips. Front knee over the front ankle. Back leg is strong. A lot of times we get lazy in the back leg and once they're going on vacation. Keep it here. Long side bodies, core is strong. Take a breath in. Exhale to warrior two. Change your stance as you need. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. Hips move back, fingers reach forward. They reach, they reach, they reach, and then the torso stays where it is. Right hand down, left arm high. Breathe here. Right hand can go to your right thigh, your right shin. Make sure it's above or below the knee. You can use the right hand to lengthen into the side bodies. The hips stack one on top of the other. The shoulders stack. Arms are strong and engaged. Feel strength through your legs. Last exhale. Inhale, five-pointed star. Bring the feet parallel to one another. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide leg forward fold. Dive out over the hips. You can also bring your hands to your hips and lower down. Find a nice flat back here. If you're rounding through your spine, bring your hands to your shins or your thighs or even the earth. And if you press your hands into the shins, you'll notice how flat Michelle's back just got there. Will you do that again, Michelle? Come out and round the back. Watch when she presses into the shins. Boom diggity, a flat back. Bring the hips in line with the heels, so draw weight forward towards the balls of the feet. Strong through the fronts of the legs, the quadriceps to release the backs of the legs. Last exhale here. Inhale, rise up, five-pointed star, flat back and a strong core. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, stay low in the lunge. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to mid plank, strong and engaged. It's getting later in class. Inhale, upward facing dog, beautiful choices. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can always skip chaturangas. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one pose, breathe here. Beautiful adjustments, ladies, here. Notice how they automatically took their foot a little wider, a little more forward. That set them up for success in this posture. They bring their hands to their hips, they set themselves up. You've got the tools now to do what you need to bring yourself into alignment in the posture, to work to square the hips forward. Maybe the feet stay on two separate train tracks. Gives you more openness in the hips, more success in squaring the hips. Press into the knife edge of the back foot. Spin the right inner thigh towards the back of the room. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, press the front leg straight. Triangle pose. Hips move back. Fingers, they reach, they reach, they reach. Left hand down, right arm high. Triangle pose. Breathe here. You can press the left hand into the left shin or use the back of the hand into the shin as well. It's what feels good? What feels right today? Every time can be a little bit different. That's okay. Avoid dumping into the left side of your body. A lot of times we want to try to get our hand on the earth and we're dumping into the body. It brings us out of alignment. Everything is stacked. You're creating a bunch of triangles in this posture. Last exhale. Inhale, five-pointed star pose. Exhale, horse pose. Toes out, heels in, hands come down to the heart center. Press the hands together, or you can also rest the hands down on the thighs as well for a little gentler sensation. Lower back is flat, low belly is strong, shoulders right over top of the hips. A lot of times the knees want to wobble in this posture. Press them out so they work to stack over top of the ankles. Exhale, sit an inch lower. Inhale, five-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to mid plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, journey to the top of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle on the right. Bring your right arm underneath the left arm. Right leg lifts high, up and over. The higher you lift the leg, the more success you'll find in the wrap. The left toes, or the right toes rather, can go down to the earth for a supported kickstand position. Maybe the right leg just hangs out to the side, or maybe it wraps all the way around. Root the left big toenail down into the earth. The tendency is to roll to the outer edge of the foot. And then find your drishti, one spot that's not moving. You can't quite get a wrap of the arms. Give yourself a nice big hug like Michelle. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle on the left. Left arm under, left leg up and over. Breathe here, Garudasana. Good. The left and the right side can be different. That's okay. Shoulders come back over top of the hips. Elbows lift up to shoulder height. Hands press away from the forehead. Low belly is strong and engaged. Stay with your focus. Find one spot that's not moving. Find one more breath in. Exhale, release. Great job. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, right elbow to right hip crease, dancer's pose. Capture your right foot from the inside. So the eye of your elbow still faces the right side of the room. We want to avoid swinging our arm all the way around. This doesn't allow the shoulder to be open. Keep the shoulder open. Draw the knees back in to touch. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, dancer's pose, kick into the hand. Find expansion and growth. Hips stay level. Find your drishti. Gaze can be down at the floor, maybe straight ahead at the wall, maybe even up towards the ceiling for more challenge. Let the kick drive this posture. So kick a little bit more. If you start to feel wobbly, kick even more. It finds more strength in the posture. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release. Great job. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, left elbow, left hip crease. Dancers on the other side. Capture the left foot from the inside. Draw the knees back in and touch. Everything comes to midline, and when you're ready, find your dance. Kick into the back hand. Let the heart lead forward. Avoid just hinging all the way forward. Let the kick drive the posture. Lift the left hamstring, the left back of the thigh, up towards the sky. Take the left foot and reach it towards the ceiling. Extend the heart forward and out. One more breath in and release down. Awesome, awesome job. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to the heart center, standing at attention. Tree pose. Bring the sole of your right foot to the ankle, with the toes still on the floor, the calf, or all the way up into the left inner thigh. Breathe here. Foot roots down into the earth. The right knee moves to the back of the room to open through the hip. Press the left leg back into the right foot and the right foot back into the leg. Imagine yourself growing roots down into the earth for stabilization as the top of your head gets higher. Maybe you even want to advance the posture and grow some tree branches. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to stay right here. That's completely fine. It's what serves you. What works for you? How do you honor your body and your breath today? One more inhale. Exhale, release. Other side, tree pose. Bring the sole of your left foot to the same place you did on the other side. The ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Being above or below the knee. If you press into the knee does not like to go sideways. So ensure that the foot doesn't press into the knee. Keep your knee safe. But work to go to the same place you did on the other side again. Working to find balance. To cultivate balance. If you really want to challenge yourself in this posture, close the eyes. When you close the eyes, for me it gets extremely, extremely difficult.
and release. Great job, you guys. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or just step that back to downward facing dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, half pigeon, right knee towards the right wrist. Good. Gaze out over your right shoulder. Notice how this draws the left hip down and forward. Continue to drag your left knee along the mat. Come back to center. And you can stay upright in this position right here. You're probably getting a nice stretch through your left hip flexion, the front side of the left hip. You can stay here or to move into a more intense stretch. For many of us, walk the hands forward and move the stretch into the right butt. No rights, no wrongs. It's what works for you. If your right heel is all the way back into your groin, point through your toes. This will bring the sickle out of your foot and should relieve any stress in the right knee. Lower back is flat. Stay engaged through the low belly. Engagement through the low belly will recruit the muscles there to help squeeze the inner thighs together, squeeze your knees together. Keeps you in alignment. It keeps the stretch right where it is. Soften into your shoulders. Relax your brow. Breathe full, breathe deep. If you're on your hands, please come back up from sleeping pigeon. Come to the ball of your back foot, and with an inhalation, lift the right leg up and back. Give it a few shakes out. Get some blood flowing back into the leg. Downward facing dog. Inhale, please lift the left leg. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee towards left thumb. Look out over your left shoulder this time. Notice how this pulls the right hip down and forward. Come back to center and move to where you did on the other side. Again, noticing the difference between the two sides, honoring the fact that the left and the right side are different, and that's okay. Notice any tension that might have creeped into the body. Notice if you're making fists of fury, if the shoulders are by the ears. And this can be a challenging posture. It can be uncomfortable. But can't life be uncomfortable at times too? What we learn on our yoga mat to find comfort in the uncomfortable will start to creep into our lives as well. And life simply starts to flow a little easier. Sleeping pigeons, please rise back up onto the hands. Come to the ball of your back foot. With an inhalation, lift the left leg up and back. Give it a few shakes if that feels good. Downward facing dog. Our last downward facing dog of our practice. Notice the growth that you've already experienced, the openness, the strength, the space that you've created. Inhale, please come forward to a high plank position, and then slowly lower all the way to the earth. Use your knees if you like. Low cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Press the tops of the feet into the earth. Zip up your legs like you've got a nice long cobra tail. Engage the quads and kneecaps. Lift. As you exhale, press the hips down. Inhale, peel the heart up and forward. Breathe here. Hips press down. Heart energy lengthens forward. The heels of the hands drag back to help press the heart forward. Neck is long. Bring the wrinkles out of the back of the neck. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release left ear to the earth, gaze to the right side of the room. Arms either by the side, or if it feels better, reach them up above your head. Inhale your forehead back to the earth. Second set, cobra pose. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tops of feet press down. As you exhale, press pubic bone down. Inhale, peel heart up and forward. Breathe here. Maybe this time we come up a little bit higher. Second time in the posture. Remember though, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Gaze is down and forward. Hips press down. Legs are strong. Quads engaged. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release. Gaze opposite direction. Gaze left, right ear to the earth. Inhale your forehead back to the earth, hand under shoulders, press into a tabletop position. Cross your ankles, take a seat and extend your legs out in front of you, seated forward, fold Paschimottanasana. Remove the butte from underneath you, know what your mama gave you. If you've got really, really strong hamstrings, tightness in the hamstrings, soft bend into the knees, or maybe a big bend into the knees. On an inhalation, extend the spine, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, lead with the heart. Bring your hands to your thighs, your shins, maybe the ankles, perhaps the outer edges of the feet. On an inhale, pull back, find a halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold down even deeper. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Breathe here for a few breaths. This is giving you a nice stretch in the hamstrings, but at the same time, it's igniting the parasympathetic nervous system, telling the body it's time to slow down. It's preparing for rest, relaxation. Inhale, please lift the torso back vertical, extend the arms out in front of you, and then slowly, using your core strength, lower all the way down onto your back. Inhale, bring both knees into the chest. Capture the outer edges of the feet, happy baby's pose. Capture the outer edges. This keeps the back wide and open. Lower back comes down to the earth. If your lower back is coming off of the earth, you can grab your ankles or the backs of the knees. You'll get the same benefits of the pose here. But this is an active stretch. So as you're pulling down, kick back up. Lower back is flat. You'll feel a stretch through the inner thighs and inner groins. Rock side to side if that feels good. Bring the knees back into the chest. Extend the left leg onto the earth. Pull the right knee into the right shoulder. Give it a nice squeeze. I love to roll my ankle out here. Maybe you do as well. Maybe not. That's okay. Supine twist. Send the knee across the left side of the body. Right arm reaches right, and if it's comfortable on the neck, gaze to the right. You might even need to scoot your hips a little bit to the right so you get a symmetrical twist by stacking the right hip on top of the left. Allow your Ujjayi breath to stay present. Stay big and full and feel the stretch along the right side of your body. Send your breath into your lower back, breaking up any tension and stagnation that might still be present there. Please come back into center, hug the right knee in again, and then extend it long by the left. Inhale, left knee to left shoulder, give it a squeeze, find some compression, some sensation, roll the ankle if you did so on the other side. Exhale, supine twist, send the knee across The right side of the body, left arm left, gaze left. Breathe here. The left shoulder blade sometimes likes to pop off of the earth. So if it's coming off of the earth, back out of your twist a little bit. Keep both shoulder blades glued to the earth. Close the eyes. Slowly come back into center, hug the left knee in. Bring the right knee in to meet it. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Give yourself one big final squeeze, a big, huge, huge, huge hug. Release down, Shavasana. Let the legs flop open to the outer edges of your mat. Arms by your side. Palms face the ceiling so you can receive in the benefits of this practice. Eyes are closed. We'll be here for a couple of moments. Nothing to do. No muscular engagement, no thoughts. Just simply be here and relax. I'll bring you out in a couple of moments. Please begin to invite breath back into the lungs. A mindful, conscious movement to the fingers and toes. As you begin to reawake, allow the breath to travel throughout the entire body. With an inhalation breath, find a full body stretch. Extend the arms above the head. And then roll to your right side into a supported fetal position. Right arm is your pillow. With your eyes closed, press up to a comfortable seated position. Hands come to your heart center. Take a moment to acknowledge the efforts you put forth today to bring benefit to your life, to yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The teacher in me sees and honors the teacher in each and every single one of you. Draw your thumbs up to your third eye center. And then bow forward to seal in the benefits of this practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for joining us today for our Power Life Yoga Power 1 class. Have a great day. Look forward to practicing again with you tomorrow. Take care.